Hey everybody, welcome. We are in episode 21 of The Dragon's Demand. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Thank you. Today we are missing Nate. He went off to go to a concert with his
Nine Inch Nails. Fucker.
Yeah. Hey, with the Nine Inch Nails. Yeah. Hey, I would go to Nine Inch
So
Nails.
would I.
Yeah, it's a fun show. So so he's off doing that today, which is awesome. We ended last week with a big reveal, if you remember. So let's get on that. I was outside all day today, so I have a little bit of a cough. So hopefully I can cut out all the coughing. There you go. And see for the show.
Get some water.
Yeah. I don't have water. I have Coke Zero, which is basically the same as water if you take all the stuff out that's not water. All right, let's have some fun. Ready? Previously, our heroes have been busy since arriving in Belhaim a few weeks ago. They have been working with Baroness Devi to secure the town from the kobolds who were working with the astronomer Barthas Hunkley. The kobolds had lured Hunkley into the lower levels of the witch tower and collapsed it on top of him. But a note left behind linked the kobolds to the task. In response, the Baroness tasked our heroes to route them from the old flooded quarry. It was there that they discovered the kobolds were working with someone called a Teparax. The old kobold seer warned a Teparax brought chaos and lunacy. Baroness Devi brought wizards in from Wispel to catalog Hunkley's manor for his next of kin. Before this could happen, Bassie hired our adventurers to steal the key to Hunkley's manor and find the ledger within. Within Hunkley's manor, they discovered an observatory they left largely unchecked. We didn't do much with that. They freed a Shay who was trapped by Hunkley, who offered her services one time to the party should they ask for it. They found a devil that was also trapped, but freeing it led to their companion Brannock's demise. Last, they discovered Hunkley had a cave north of his estate where he stored his most prized possessions. They joined forces with the Leshy Sarrix from Burden Hollow after the Leshy Pebblebloom was taken by a multi-eyed creature called a Grioth. You found that out later. They don't know where Pebblebloom was taken, but they promised to aid Sarrix in finding her. Pebblebloom was a form of seer herself and saw darkness on their heroes from the place between the stars called the Dark Tapestry. At Hunkley's cave, they unearthed a collection of books on the Dark Tapestry and the Elder Mythos, including a tome titled The Secrets of the Dreaming Dark. Within the tome are rituals that can connect the Dark Tapestry and the Elder Mythos to Golarion. Upon returning to Belhaim, they were summoned before Baroness Devi. The Baroness was seeking answers to who might have stole the key to Hunkley's estate. With a little deception, Dr. Miksi's planting evidence of the kobolds in Devi Manor and having absolutely no qualms about selling out your deceased friend Brannock, they convinced the Baroness that the kobolds still littered the countryside and were a threat.
I used the Baroness's racism against her.
That's true. The Baroness hired them as guardians during the upcoming Hunkley auction. Our heroes spent the next part of the week gathering information in town regarding the Dragon Fen and other topics. This led them to journey into the Dragon Fen and hunt for the old Iorian monastery Hunkley supposedly visited before his demise. You're kind of guessing maybe Pebblebloom was there. You were taking a wild guess. Deep within that moss-infested bog, they found the road blocked by bog trolls. It was then that the noble named Clossier found them. He told our heroes that he needed to get to Belhaim after a story of woe that brought him to such a bad state. Knowing they needed to return to Belhaim before the auction the next day, they accepted Clossier's offer to get paid for taking him to Belhaim. At the auction, they met several emissaries of nearby wealthy investors who were attending this event. Meanwhile, the Baroness showered Sarrix with unending praise, her childhood fondness for a beloved Leshy doll covering her enthusiasm.
She's a necrophilia.
The doll's not whatever.
A dead Leshy?
Ooh. Yeah, never let Slick watch her kids. All right.
No.
All right. Our heroes sat through an endless parade of items from Hunkley's manor. It's kind of teasing you with all the things you had left behind. I say that for Slick's enjoyment. But after the last lot of books were announced as sold, Clossier got up and argued with the auctioneer and then left in a huff. When the last items were sold, the night sky rained down with bat-like winged creatures with multiple eyes and wicked glass daggers you now know as called Grios. These creatures landed throughout the commons, viciously attacking heroes, guards, and commoners alike. Our heroes chased them off, only to find a flame drake had followed the Grios. The flame drake expelled a fireball from its maw, encircling the commons, and made its exit. It basically came in, fired in, and then swooped around and flew away in a challenge.
I got a piece of it.
It was scary.
Yeah, it kind of got a piece of you too.
It did, but I got a piece of
It
it.
was a fair trade. If doing like 10% and he does 100% to you is a fair trade, that
I was already injured.
excuses. All right. So while Slick was coming up with excuses, the commons grew silent after the terror of the night. Our heroes gathered with the leader of the town, hoping to assess what just happened. It was then that a huge undead dragon appeared over a nearby rooftop. It announced itself as a Teperax, and that it was seeking Hunkley's tomes, including the secret of the Dreaming Dark. It told you that it had attempted to acquire the tomes through its assistant, Clossier, but that now its patience was at an end. It demanded the town bring the tomes and a sum of 77,600 gold pieces to the old Irorian monastery within 2 weeks, or it would destroy Belhaim. None are permitted from leaving Belhaim other than those who bring the reward. Then the dragon cast a spell and vanished. The time had come. The dragon had made its demand. And there's where we start. You're all still in the town. The town has just had the dragon leave, and you are back in the commons. I'll bring the commons map up so you can see it, just to kind of put you in perspective of where you were at. All right. As you are looking around, you can see that the Baroness, Euphenia, and her son Arnold and Bassie are going to make their returns out. Basically, they're all coming back out from the clearly the dragon appearing and making the statement. The town is in complete chaos. Several people have passed away, been defeated by these Grios, and the Baroness is running around attempting to gather aid and lead the town into at least taking care of the fallen and the people around while she processes what happened with this dragon. What do you guys want to do?
I am running to where that dragon was.
All right, you run.
You said it was up on a roof?
Yeah, it was up on a roof.
Okay, I want to climb up to where that thing was.
All right, let's just we'll make it easy enough. I mean, it's just a roof, and you're not really stopping you. You're gonna go ahead and climb up. What are you gonna do when you climb up?
I want to see evidence of that thing was actually there.
All right. What I need you to do is I need you to give me. I guess it's a secret roll.
Slick believes it was a illusion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you look around for it. You don't find any evidence that it was there necessarily.
So claw marks, like where it would have to be.
Yeah, you don't.
Been on the roof.
Well, you could have rolled really crappy.
Oh
but
yeah,
you didn't find.
I'm just saying that's
Yeah,
what I. That's the kind of thing I was looking for.
Yep, you climb up there. In the meantime, you can hear the Baroness yelling and calling for the various people within town. She calls for the leaders of the church to run forth, and she calls for the Undertaker, who bounces forward playfully.
It's like, I'm not bored.
All right.
Okay, I've seen a lot of death, but she creeps me out.
All right. As the Baroness is trying to get the town in order, this gives you an opportunity for everybody here to give me sort of a skill challenge to determine what you might want to do to aid the town in its current state. If you have a positive influence in the town, it can help you later on. So I'll let anybody know if they want to help out tonight, as she's trying to get these things to try to get the town in order. Mm-hmm. I'll start with how about we got Zabari, we have Shadwick's not here, we have Slick, Dr. Miksi, Vamir, Sarrix. Do any of you guys want to help people in the town with anything?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, let's start with Dr. Miksi. Dr. Miksi, what kind of thing did you want to do?
Well, I think he's going to go into field medic mode, and he's going to go find anybody who's injured, who isn't going to immediately die, and tries to cure their wounds and patch them up. And I imagine he's fixing a bunch of burns. Does he? What kind of injuries does he see? For
those who are
survivors of the burns and stuff.
Yeah, for those who have fallen, you see obviously they've passed away, but there are people who have been injured. We'll say some of the people have been injured. You can certainly try to use some of your skills to deal with. There are kind of people that maybe were trampled or hurt or knocked over as they all try to escape. You know, trying to exit this commons that are filled with these creatures attacking them, almost as if they're trying to get a Cabbage Patch doll on Christmas Eve. They're just storming to get out. So some people were injured as well.
Chaos in there, yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell me if some type of skill or something you might want to do to try to aid the town.
Well, could I give it a high-powered medicine roll?
Mm-hmm.
I can use my crafting as medicine for my big intelligence.
All right, go for it. Give me a medicine roll. 28. Okay. All right. Anybody else gonna do anything? Feel free to. Go ahead.
Decent medicine check.
Do you want to be my assistant?
Sure.
All right. So Zabari is gonna try to help you. Zabari, are you just trying to assist Dr. Miksi?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and give me a medicine roll for assisting Dr. Miksi.
Okay.
Oh, geez, nice.
26.
Not bad.
All right. What about anybody else? We have Sarrix, we have Vamir, and we have Slick right now.
Miksi goes
collecting
to
the gold for the dragon. I could go around with a hat.
Okay.
Tax collecting.
Yeah. Vamir is going to go up to the Baroness and just... What did he mean by more tomes? What do you know? What do you know about this?
She looks at you and she looks as a stern face, and she kind of grabs you by the shoulders and she says, "We will talk later about this. We must gather, secure the town, and make sure no one, all injured are accounted for, and the town is safe. We will deal with this in the morning. The creature said something about 2 weeks. We have time. For now, I need to make sure that our citizens are safe."
Very well. Speak in the morning.
Is there anything you want to do to help out in the town? It's okay if you don't. I'm just asking.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't care.
Sarrix didn't either. Sarrix is not going to do anything. Okay. Slick, did you want to do something?
Yeah, I'm going to use intimidation to basically cow the crowds and restore order.
Okay, I will let you run. I'll let you roll it. You go and roll me an intimidation roll.
People that are freaking out, just get in their face.
He goes,
Stop being so fucking scared.
full top mode.
I'm waiting for
Just
the
yelling at
slapping.
them in their face.
I feel like Slick would be. You ever see those contests where you have to stand there and slap each other in the face? All right.
Why the fuck are you
29.
crying?
Okay. All right. You spend the evening helping the town, running around. You can see that Zubari is assisting Dr. Miksi in taking care of the injured. You see that Vamir and Sarrix have wandered off into the dark, not giving a care about the town itself. the as one child is crying, Vamir just looks over in disgust. He's just like maybe a little bit of contempt.
Just a human.
Serious. Wow. All right. Meanwhile, as the two of you wander back to your rooms to leave the town to suffer and deal with their own problems, you hear in the distance Slick Willy yelling at people to get off their asses and get to work, and people running around. All right, and with that, we're going to start the next day as you've spent the evening doing that. But first of all, we're going to make sure everyone's been leveled up to level 5, and we're going to go through and find out what happens at level 5. So go ahead and let's take a minute to get ourselves have any side questions, and then we can go. Anybody not leveled up to level 5 yet, as I said last week? All good? All right, cool. Let's go around real quick and kind of see what people have done for their levels for level 5. So let's start with Zabari. Zabari, what did you end up doing for your level 5?
Yeah, I ended up taking an acrobatic performer, which means I can, instead of a performance check, I can take an acrobatic check.
Oh.
Okay, you took awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This giant human pirouetting in heavy armor.
Okay, and what?
He's big, but he's graceful. Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so you took that. All right, anything else you want to?
I also took unconventional weaponry.
All right, so you're taking unconventional weaponry. So that's going to be tied to a particular weapon. What particular weapon do you want to be attached to for your unconventional weaponry?
I'm liking the Dwarven War Axe.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's a one-handed weapon, but it's two-handed as well. Is that right?
Yep. One or two-handed.
Oh, that's nice.
So if anything happens to my shield, I can be doubly effective with the axe.
Sure, that is completely fine. All right, cool. All right, so that is Zabari. Let's go on to Dr. Miksi. Dr. Miksi, why don't you give us a quick rundown of what level 5 has for you before you continue?
Well, at level 5, most importantly, my elixir of life, I get lesser elixirs instead of minor ones. So they go up to a 3d6 plus 6 healing for my the potions that I get to make.
Oh, that's a big boost.
Yeah.
I also get a field discovery for my Alchemist type. That's giving me, allowing me to give a little bit of temp HP with my healing elixirs. I get, I think 4 every time you drink one of my healing potions or an anti-plague.
Super concentrated energy drink.
Oh yeah, it feels good. And then I get an ancestral feat. I'm taking kneecapper. So Dr. Miksi will be able to go after people's hamstrings and tendons and jab them in the knees and make them lose move speed.
Oh, I see. So you hit them and they can lose move speed. I love it. All right. So everyone watch your knees.
Yeah.
So Dr. Miksi goes, who else we got? Vamir, what do you got going on?
Yeah, so the big thing is I get access to 3 spells now. So that's pretty sweet. Did some skill increases. I increased my occultism with all this talk of the dark tapestry. Felt appropriate. And then I am now an expert in reflex saves. And then my ancestry feat, I took unwavering Mian. I'm not sure. Essentially, mystic control and meditations allow you to resist external influences upon your consciousness. Whenever I'm affected by a mental effect that lasts at least 2 rounds, I reduce the duration by 1 round.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah. So if you're traumatized and getting hit in the noodle, or they cast some spell to make your fog brain, it's like 3 rounds. It's going to be 1 less round. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I like that. All right, cool. Thanks a lot. All right, and let's see what else we got here. Who else did we not do? Slick, we didn't do you yet. Slick, why don't you tell us what you have going on for 5th level?
So I picked up, for my ancestry feat, I picked up otherworldly magic. So basically, at some point, Vamir is practicing, he's doing his target practice with his ignition. And Slick looks, goes, how do you do that again? Yeah, got it, and walks off. So he picks up ignition as a at-will cantrip.
Cool. Does that level up with your character?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And
all right.
then,
and what else you got going on?
Skilled up in athletics. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Not a whole lot for Swashbuckler.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. So, and who did I get? Everybody? I didn't get Sarrix. Sarrix, what'd you get?
I pick up this level. I get brutality, so I get weapons crit specialization on any melee weapon.
Oh, that's nice.
Kind of nice.
And what is the crit specialization of your two-handed sword you use?
The sword I use, if I get a crit, it leaves them off guard or off balance, whatever it's called.
Nice.
Until my next turn.
All right.
And then I'm also grabbing anchoring roots for my ancestry feat. So I will, as a root Leshy, get a +4 to being immobilized if I anchor.
And what is anchoring?
Moved forcibly.
Anchoring is one action?
Yes.
And how long does it last for? Is it sustained?
Until I move.
Got it. Cool. That is awesome. That's sweet. All right. And then did I get everybody then? All right, cool. All right. Well, and then we will find out what Shadwick is doing in next time. All right. So you have spent the evening. It's late. You're exhausted. Everybody has returned back to their particular places to rest for tonight. Before you left, the Baroness has announced to you and to some other important officials that she's going to meet up with everybody. She's going to meet up with everybody in the morning at the Debbie Manor. In the morning, you get up and prepare out the normal things you're going to do. The rest of the town is in hushed words and shock about what happened with this whole dragon appearing before the commons. The rest of you are going to go to Debbie Manor, or are you going to go somewhere else? It's up to you.
Debbie Manor.
Debbie Manor.
Anybody going anywhere else? All right. You appear at the Debbie Manor. When you appear there, the guards let you in. Deep within the manor house, you can see that there stands Baroness Orgina Debbie. She is standing there with Sheriff Ben Hovey. A local stabler and former adventurer is introduced as Lazara Dagian. You see the Abadarian priestess Eupophenia Targus, and you see Bassi the historian. They seem to be sitting in the sitting room. All of the materials have been removed. This is the room before that you had met with her and saw all the boxes with all the goods, but they have all been sold off or met. You see all the carriages are outside of the Debbie Manor as well. When you first walk in, you can see that the Baroness is sitting at her table and she's kind of in deep thought. She walks up, and when you come in, she looks up at you, and she kind of sighs, and she says, "Thank you for all of you for coming. First order of business comes to mind. What was this thing, and why does it want treasures from here? And what is this thing they call the Dreaming Dark?" That's what she asks everybody.
Well, the Dreaming Dark.
We're all instinctively look at Vamir, right? Reading the book.
I'm reading the book. Clearly, you remember his assistant was trying to get these tomes. Apparently, the old wizard had them. Doesn't anymore, though. These books seem to are missing.
All right, I'm going to give you a deception roll.
I'm great at that.
Hey, maybe you get a 20, maybe a...
You never know. Do you want me to roll or do you want to roll?
Go ahead. I'm going to let you roll it. You're going to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to let you... I want to know. I want to know what you roll.
All right.
Normally I do a secret roll, but I want you to roll it. Not too bad.
26.
All right.
Close to nat 20.
Yeah, she says I have no idea what we're supposed to do with this book there's these books that he supposedly wants, this thing. She thinks about it. She looks over and says, Eupophenia? She looks at the Abadirian priest. She says, what could Belhaim scrape together by pooling all its resources for coins? You see, Eupophenia has a ledger, and she's going through it. Apparently, she has tasks for the town where she does some kind of bookkeeping, and she's talking and she's scrolling through it. And she says, honestly, in free coin from just outside of any coffers, we can get maybe 20,000 gold, maybe.
And how much did this dragon demand?
77,000.
Yeah.
6.
She says that. She said, and that would be everything. Even if every sale of the auction was immediately settled and we pulled all that price together, we couldn't get close to 77,000. The Baroness thinks. She rubs her chin and is thinking for a moment. Anybody want to add anything?
I'm not 100% sure that was real.
She looks over at you and she says, what do you mean by the Baroness asks you?
Well, for one, a Teprax is supposed to be dead.
Well, there are undead things. But I went up on the roof. I saw no sign. Now, I'm not the best, but I think gouge marks would be pretty evident. You can send up your own people to investigate further if you wish. But I don't know what the end is for 77,000. That doesn't make any sense. It's kind of a strange thing.
200 for each citizen is what it said.
But why this number? Why?
She, the Baroness doesn't know an answer to that question. She just thinks about it for a moment.
I'm just saying. I don't know. But
anybody else want to add?
The big black one didn't attack anything, right? It was just that red drake.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
The other one just made an announcement and flew off.
But it didn't even leave a mark that I saw on the where it like leaned on a building. Something that size would leave a mark.
Well, that's very strange. Besides, if it was undead, wasn't he buried in the dragon fen? So what did we see?
I don't think buried is quite the correct term. Just laid there, but
perhaps an illusion or a projection.
How can we confirm what happened if it was an illusion or not?
I don't. Someone else can go look.
I could see if there's any faint traces of magic there.
Oh, there you go.
Bassie looks up from the corner of the room where she's sitting, and she says, I've been around for a long, long time, and one thing I've learned is that inexperienced illusionists tend to rely on overwhelming one's eyes and ears, but often forgets the details. I was there. I saw the dragon. I heard it speak and roar. But I didn't hear it breathe. I didn't hear its talons scraping stone. I didn't feel the air stir when its wings unfurled, despite smelling its stench. Certainly, whoever or whatever we faced has great power. If it truly was just an illusion, it was a powerful magical effect. Still, for all we know, It could even be a dragon. That uncertainty fits with what you learned from the kobolds. The name Ateparax is an old one, and the original Ateparax's bones should still be out there in the dragon fen, coiled around the crypt of Tula Belhaim. At the very least, we should confirm it's there before we make any rash decisions.
Well, we need to go make sure Ateparax is really still dead.
The Baroness looks over and says, I don't think this makes much difference. Whether the Ateparax is there or someone's disguising themselves as Ateparax means little. We need to find out more.
It means a lot. That dragon could have wiped out the town. Without a problem. Would have decimated the entire town. There's no reason for it not to do as little as it did. For a giant dragon, I think they are also tend to go. I don't know, but I don't know.
He's like, I'm just guessing shit now.
It's like it's.
I'm just saying things.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything else?
Okay. What if the big one is an illusion? We still fought a real dragon thing, right? If that Drake comes back, if that's the worst they can do, can we take it?
We could take that dragon.
Yes.
We should be ready.
Yes.
Yes.
The Baroness looks around, and Sheriff Ben-Hovey, sitting across from her, mutters, Send out a few of those Shellan layabouts to distract the dragon for the good of the town. Maybe he'll lower the ransom. He suggests, and you see that it meets you see the Baroness and Bassie kind of give him kind of like surprised looks, like, what are you talking about?
And in Goblin, I look over at Miksi, and they're not so different from goblins, are they?
What?
He kind of looks at it. He kind of looks at everybody, kind of being surprised at him, and the Sheriff Ben-Hovey kind of regathers himself, kind of frustrated. He then says, "Well, we should send ravens then, several of the large towns, asking for aid." You see Lazara, this former adventurer. She is probably a way past her prime as an adventuring age. She looks and says, we should just have this town evacuated. If we hide out in the hills, they couldn't find us. It would be difficult for them to find us.
Well, not all of you.
Plus, that dragon said that no one was allowed to leave. Is the town being watched?
Yes, seemingly he has spies, these grioths and that Drake.
And that guy, that noble.
Oh, he's dead next time I see him.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, that's fair. But somebody is hiring human agents.
Listen, even if you evacuate the whole town, are you planning on abandoning this place for good? If you came back, Ateparax, whether it is a dragon or someone disguising itself, would just come and attack then.
What does a dragon do if it finds the town empty? Does he just eat all of your food and stomp your houses for fun?
Normally, he would just go to the neighboring town over.
Eupophenia looks over and she's kind of looking at the ledger. She can see her. She kind of, as you guys are talking, she's flipping pages and she's kind of reading through notes and trying to figure out some strategy. She looks over and she says, perhaps we could send a delegate to speak to this dragon about paying in installments. I mean, I've been paid in installments many times, and perhaps we could it will come to reason that we can't afford to pay this 77,600 gold pieces. If we took every gold in town, we'd have at most 20,000 gold pieces.
You're going to sell yourself into enslavement to this dragon?
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything else?
I nominate the Windy Tall Man to go silver tongue.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything? As they're basically having this conversation, you guys can chime in at any point.
And they're ignoring us.
No, they're talking to you.
Okay.
I'm just giving you guys are all in a room talking.
Sure.
And I'm giving you chances because otherwise if I talk, I'll just keep talking and you guys will all be quiet until my monologue is done. So I always stop so that you guys can get options to jump into the conversation.
Oh,
so
I
it's yeah. All right. So they begin having this conversation concerning whether they should be sending an emissary to speak to the dragon itself. And the Baroness looks at the rest of you and says, well, I mean, do you have any options?
Well, we know an emissary might have a hard time. There's trolls out there, at least, in the Dragon Fen. Maybe worse.
You see that Eupophenia looks over at Bassie, and Bassie and them exchange glances about when they talk about this bog. Trolls and this trolls that you saw out there, and then Eupophenia looks over at you and says, "Are you suggesting that you'd be willing to go speak to this dragon creature on behalf of the town?"
You want us to speak for your town?
That's what. Well, she was asking Dr. Miksi, not you.
I know, but he laughs. He's like,
I would probably get eaten in an instant. I'm not a diplomat. I'm just a medic, and I don't know the first thing about the books he's asking about. I don't think I'm the guy.
Those wizards that itemized all of the things in the mansion, did they find these books?
No, they weren't as part of. And
Are they still here? Maybe they know why he wants these books. Maybe they know what they might be.
no, they've left back for Wistful. They did this the day before we actually had the auction. You know, she Baroness.
really?
What's that?
Really?
Yes.
The day before, a group of powerful wizards just left.
Yes, that their job was complete.
Got it.
How unlucky. Or maybe they are casting an illusion?
It's a thought.
They certainly seemed capable.
I mean, these are wizards from Wistful. I don't. That's what the Baroness wonders, and she says, why would they? If these books are supposed to be Hunkley's, and they were able to go inside of Hunkley's manor, why would they?
How close of tabs did you keep on Hunkley? Maybe he had some outstanding debts that are trying to be creatively collected.
You can see that the Baroness thinks for a minute, and she says, "I don't keep track of citizens in my town on a daily basis and what they were doing.
Maybe you should.
That's not the domain."
Well, for the
of
record,
Baroness.
I'm not a citizen. Then, for the record.
You're not in charge of keeping the peace in this town?
Well, of course I am, but
Then how do you keep the peace if you don't know what's going on?
He says Hunkley had given us no trouble before, not until this whole witch tower business came to pass. He simply built and provided quite a number of jobs, building his manor home, and now he resides within there. And
there was very crazy stuff in there.
Well, because it's a wizard, of course.
Yeah, so don't. Yeah, I highly doubt he was all peaches and sunshine.
Well, of course, but he is also not causing any problems within town, not until this whole witch tower business. He had asked me to purchase the witch tower. He was going to give me gold for it. I refused because of personal reasons, because I didn't want the tower to be knocked down.
Well,
And he apparently did not like that. It was only at that point when all this happened.
You're saying
Why would he make trouble if everything was going his way? The second things don't go his way, that's when he causes trouble.
Yes, he was working with the goblins, but the goblins were working against him with this Atemperax, apparently looking for this dreaming dark book.
Hey, they were kobolds, right?
Yeah, kobolds. So
We're reintegrating. I'll have you know.
so she says, well, It doesn't seem like we have to do something about this. This we don't even know if this goblin, this dragon is real, or if they're actually even guarding the countryside.
Well, I say we start there. Well, actually, I say we start with the money you promised us.
She says, "Oh, right, the 500 gold. Yes, of course." She gathers it and she throws it out, almost as if she's, as if in frustration. She does pay you the money, so she gives you the 500 gold, and she seems to be preoccupied with this whole event of the.
We're
town.
putting ourselves out on the benefit of your town. We could do with a little less attitude from you.
She looks over at you and she says, "There's no attitude other than the fact that I'm trying to figure out how to save this town from this creature."
Mm-hmm.
What does the rest of you guys want to do or say?
I think I was just saying I'll go back over there and see if I can sense any lingering magic, or see what may be that it was an illusion.
That is a great idea. I go with Vamir.
Miksi goes, you'll have to forgive him. I don't think he's ever been in like a demon war before.
You see Bassie looks over as you guys are having this conversation. You get up and sort of decide to start leaving. And she says, I don't think that this creature, whatever it is a Teparax. It can't be. Because the Teparax his bones have been there for far too long. Its bones lay across the Tula's own crypt.
You've seen them.
Of course I've seen them. I've been in this town for 800 years. she kind of smiles. What did you ask? Are you going to ask a question?
Yeah. I said, are they that big? You've seen the bones.
No, I haven't seen them assembled, but yeah, it was very big. It could have been that size. That's what Chatrici says. But whatever it is that's in this Aurorian temple, it's clear to me that we don't have the money to pay it. We need to decide if this is a real threat. And if it's a real threat, I don't think we have much choice. That's what she says to the group.
The Iorian temple, is that by Tula's grave?
She looks over and she says, "No, it's on the far side of the Dragon Fen."
I think we were on track to get there. Well, we didn't make it yesterday.
No, she says that the Iorian temple is where the dragon told you to take the money, the 77,600 gold, and the books.
In 2 weeks?
That's what they said. Yeah.
I think we need to pay a visit to the boneyard to see if the skeleton is there.
Well, that means we'll have to leave the town. And
that's why we need to test the perimeter.
Well, the dragon did say that only those that are going to bring the money to him are allowed to leave the town. That could be us.
That could be us, just not yet.
Well, she said 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, in 2 weeks, and the only people who can travel are the ones intending to bring him the reward, and you have 2 weeks to get there, and the only place you can travel is the Dragon Fen.
Well, if it turns out this threat is real, what happens to the town if nobody can leave for 2 weeks?
The town is fine for 2 weeks, the Baroness says. I mean, it's just 2 weeks, but what happens beyond that? That's what I'm concerned about. If this creature, if what we saw was real, and Bassie, you see Bassie just like shaking her head, and the Baroness says, if what this is real, we are in trouble, and not just me. The rest of you who stand here and believe yourself separate from this town, you won't be escaping either.
Well, that's why I want to test the perimeter. Because if we can leave, well then, so that is an option. B, the countryside is too vast. There's no way they could monitor the entire countryside all the way around the town. So I want to probe the defenses to get out, check out the skeleton, make sure it's there, because if we can sneak out and verify that the skeleton is still there, well, then we know we're not dealing with an undead dragon of immense size.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's a specific fight to plan for. And if we don't have to do that,
I'd be happy about it.
Well, we already have to assume we'll fight more of those bat things.
yep, we're going to plan for the enemies we know and try and sneak out.
All right.
There have to be people trying to sneak out. The town is 1,200 people.
I don't know. Some massive amount of people there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way the townsfolk are going to all agree to not try and leave. So we should test the defenses just to see what those people are going to be facing as far as for the good of your town.
Seems like I just did the math. It's like 388. Yeah.
Just under 400 people are in town. That's how many people there are.
400?
About 400. Yeah, roughly.
Still. And then how many guards?
Well, not as many anymore since a bunch of them were killed. Huh.
And they were rather useless in that fight, if I remember.
Yeah. The sheriff says, well, if we're gonna let these shelling layabouts just ignore the problem, then I guess we're gonna have to take care of ourselves. He stands up and looks and he says, well, what is your order? He asked the Baroness. The Baroness looks over at the rest of you, not sure what to deal with your suggestions. And this is when Bassie just gets up and walks up and kind of jumps onto a chair next to the group. She kind of leans her fingers down and she says, no matter what it is, if it's not a threat, then we don't need to worry about it. But if it is a threat, and we don't have the supplies that they want, and we don't have the gold that they want, it seems that there's only one task that we can do. And that is that we just need to kill it. That's what
Sure.
she says. She says,
Yes.
she says, that is the only solution. Whether it's lying to us or whether it's real, either way, whatever made that illusion has to end.
Does this town have any living dragon hunters? I know you've got plenty of legends.
Bassie grins and looks over at the Baroness, and the Baroness exchanges glances with her, and then she says, none of us here have seen a dragon in a long time. Bassie's the only one here who's seen one in person before.
We saw one an hour and a half ago. Well, 8.5 hours ago.
Yeah, the dragon that appeared. I'm talking about in combat. You asked for a dragon, a warrior. Nobody here has seen one, including anybody in this room, other than Bassie, as far as I know.
I stuck that red one.
Bassie goes, "You mean the Drake?"
That's a dragon.
Kind of. She kind of links back about. She says, if it makes you feel better, sure.
I didn't see you jumping up on the wall.
She says, I'm an historian, not a fighter.
Uh-huh. So what are you offering us?
Well, if the black dragon was legitimate, we might die if we don't do something.
We can get out.
I don't think we'll have a problem at least escaping this town if we do decide to leave. But if you want us to confront this dragon, I'm sorry. You aren't my people and this isn't my town.
I think we'll make it has been the last words of many, many crispy goblins.
Well, that's up to you what you guys want to do. So she says, if you guys want to, you can try she's asking if you want to do this. She looks and she says, "Well, if that's something that you don't want to do and you don't feel it's your duty, that's fine."
We are for hire, though.
She says,
That's
well,
why I said, "What is your offer?"
She looks about it for a moment.
I'm offering to do it, but I'm not doing it out of the goodness of my heart.
That's the spirit.
All right, I need you to give me. What am I going to have you make a roll against here? Not sure if I have the information on here, so I'm going to think about what this is. Let me see here.
Oh, please let me use intimidation.
Shadwick would be so mad at us.
I know. That's what he gets for going to the Nine Inch Nails concert.
That's true. I mean, he's the one who came up with the idea here. Well, you can tell me. So here's the thing: you're going to approach trying to negotiate with her based on when you make your attempt. If you fail, you're going to have different types of outcomes. Sure. So, like if you'd have tried to use diplomacy to talk with her to get it, and failing, you might not have as many problems if you tried to use deception or you try to use some other skill. So a lot of things you can use intimidation, but failing in intimidation would be very bad.
Yeah,
and it's up to you. I mean, I'll let you guys decide.
I mean, the things I'm saying, intimidation seems to be the best.
Sure.
Because that's kind of how I'm approaching it. Like, hey, you have a problem. We are capable of handling it more than anyone else in this town, or at least none of them have stepped up. Is there anyone else? Is there any other volunteers?
Well, I know that I'm asking you. I'm just giving you the choice because making the roll, if you succeed, you might be fine. If you fail it might not be doing great for you. Does the rest of you guys going to back him up on making intimidation? It's up to you guys. You guys are thinking as a group.
What do you think I should use?
Because it could change the outcome. I mean, the adventure could end. If you decide to they kick you. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do. Not telling you have to do that, but.
Is there any way I could use
There's a
society?
lot of ways. Sure. What kind of thing would you tell me what you want to do? Like the idea behind skill checks is that you sort of give me some intentions of what you want to do. So what I'm asking you is when you want to make a skill, you want to use a particular skill, you just got to talk to me how you're going to use it. And creativity goes a long way.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of why I chose intimidation.
Sure.
That's kind of the way I'm doing it.
Right.
But if you have a really good society roll and you want to use that, I can aid you with intimidation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how or why I would be using society for this.
Right.
Yeah. I can't really think of a good justification of what's
actually. The good of society, it's you're the good of the town. You're approaching it from like, yeah, we're going to do this for the community. Your community. You can, how far do you want to go for your community? I could see that. Pointing out how vulnerable their society is right now. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could. One of the things you can think about is that you've learned a lot of the history of what's going on in Belhaim, right? You've been here learning this the whole time, and you can use that information and what happened with Tula and with her gaining all the power from being crowned from the Taldorians. And and fighting off these dragons and earning some benefit that way. So
that makes sense actually.
So when you're dealing with nobles, oftentimes you don't really. It's much easier to get things like lands and titles and wealth that way versus just getting a paycheck. You know what I mean? So what happens is you tend to get the paycheck by managing the land, by taking on lordships, by things like that. Like Tula was granted that. A lot of times they're for regular tasks, but for something major, they're not just, what they don't do is they don't just take over a wheelbarrow of gold and give it to you. What they do is they give you power through land and through title.
Okay, then let's do this because that makes sense for like the stuff with Tula. I want to use society and be like, you want us to protect this community, and you say we're a part of it. For doing this, I think we would like Hunclay's estate.
Ooh,
She thinks about it for a moment. And what I'm going to do is you're going to talk to her about the land and about the history of what, and about Tula being a ward at the castle and all those type of things. And then what I'm going to let you do is I'm going to tell you the DC. I'm just going to let you know, because I like it when you know what things is. Actually, I'm going to let you settle, because you might try to use your hero points and all that stuff. So I won't tell you to tell me you're done, but I need to figure out what the DC is going to be for this. Just a second, so I don't. Because I don't.
They're basically saying that the going rate for killing dragons around here has traditionally been real estate.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially this dragon.
Hey, give us a reason to be invested in this town.
I love it. That's cool. Like it goes much farther for the nobles than it would be like, I want a paycheck. You can tell. If you haven't noticed, every time you've dealt with the Baroness, she's more or less kind of like paid you through gritting teeth. Like she finds it the fact of trading money for tasks to be sort of just dirty, because you're not really investing back into the town, or you're not making
medical supplies aren't free.
We did everything she's given us. We spent in the town.
Well, some of it you have, some of it you spent with Bassie, and she doesn't know that.
Well,
anything that's uncommon, she doesn't know that, just because she doesn't. She has no idea. So
will you let me aid with intimidation?
No. You can aid with society, though.
Yeah, I have a plus 13 to society, so.
I can aid with society. I have a plus 10.
Okay, let me write down the check here and what you need to get. All right. So so you're gonna make a society roll, and Slick is going to be since Slick has sort of been a little Slick. You're gonna have a -2 to your roll because you've been so aggressive against her. So, but you need to give me a 15 total to get, so you can add 1 to society roll from Vamir. All right, so you critically, so you're gonna get +2. So you're gonna get a +2,
regardless of how rough he's been. He makes a good point.
There.
Intimidation.
No.
Aggressiveness.
Yeah. Well, clearly she maybe is more of afraid of the dragon than in your aggressiveness. She maybe even had maybe she appreciates it. So now I'm gonna give you, Vamir, a chance to. You get a +2 to your roll, so you can either tell me if you're gonna include it or not, and then you're gonna make a society roll to try to negotiate to get Hunkley's Manor or some variation of that in some way. Go ahead and
All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, 33.
That is not a bad roll. 33. All right. You're gonna be happy with that roll. Anything else you're gonna do to modify that roll? You rolled an 18, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's about the best I can do. I don't have any stuff to like add on.
Yeah. All right. After speaking with it, she tells you. She thinks about it for a moment, and she says, "Well, sometimes my questions really come down to who is we?" She asks you, Vamir. When you say we want Hunkley's Manor, who is we? Who is the names on the deed? Are you asking for yourself? As I know you are a wizard from the distant lands. Are you asking for you to be taking over this, or are you asking for whom exactly to be written in as the owners of his former estate?
Dr. Miksi's eyes start to go wide as he remembers that there's a laboratory down in the basement and an observatory up top.
The laboratory's items have been removed.
It's
a big basement. There's also
your own lab,
plus a summoning circle.
Does your group, and Sarrix says to everybody, does your group have like an LLC or something?
Sorry. What? You're a plant. What?
What? Just because I'm a plant doesn't mean I can't do business.
I ask.
What about the greenbacks?
Yeah. He's seeding your investment.
I asked for all of us here and all of us that would go on to do this task.
She says, all right, so you're going to get equal part ownership of his home. Very well. She says, looks over at Bassie, and she says, if you can prove to me that you found the creature or the entity that is responsible for this mess, if it is not this dragon, if you believe that is an illusion of somebody else taking over, if you can prove to me that you have found this thing, and you hear Bassie go, and kill it, and the Baroness says, and kill it. If you can prove to me that this creature will forever be in its grave, then I will give you access and ownership of Hunkley's Manor, not to be resold for the span of 20 years. You may own it, but you cannot resell it. If you want to be part of this community and save this community, then you will be part of it for at least 20 years. It'll be yours, but you cannot resell it for that time.
I'll look at
a blink
everybody
of an eye
else.
for an elf.
Yeah, it's a blink of an eye for us. I'll look at everybody else and just look, see if you guys nod. Give me a...
Vamir will nod.
Well,
Or Zabari will give you the nod.
And I'll put my hand out. I agree.
She says she reaches her hand out and she shakes it firmly, and she says, "Now, I believe you have a dragon to kill." And she kind of leans back, and Bassie grins wide, and she says, "No, I believe that we all need to just go to church." She looks over at Euphenia. She says, "Euphenia, my friend." She kind of leans over and kind of puts a hand on her shoulder. She says, "Perhaps we could meet at the church and have a little private message for the divine to grant us all benefit before we continue our escapades." And let's see where she picks up on what she's slinging. Yeah, I rolled really well. Euphenia goes, "Oh, yes. I should definitely bless this adventure before we do anything more." And you see that Baroness Debbie goes, "Well, proceed, but then I want to hear the plan. I want to know what's going on." And Bassie,
are you sure?
She looks over at you and she says, "I'm going to see what's going on." Well, I rolled really well. She looks over at Slick, and she looks past Slick and she says, "Vamir, as person, I named you in charge of this escapade, and you were the one who negotiated for the building, and so you'll be the one speaking. I want to know what the plan is before you head out, because I just want to know that you're planning on finding this thing at the Aurorian temple and killing it. Don't just leave the town. Tell me when you're leaving to kill it."
Yes. You have my word. We won't leave town without telling you what our plan is.
Very good. And Bassie kind of jumps down. She says, "I'm feeling very religious right now. I feel the pang in my heart of Abadar." And you see Euphenia looks up and she kind of turns her back to the Baroness, and she kind of looks over at Bassie and the two of them begin leaving. And when they get to that door, Bassie looks back and she says, "Vamir, this is your endeavor. Don't you want the divinity of Abadar?"
The blessings of Abadar go a long way. I hop up and follow.
Yep. Yes. No, that seems like a good idea.
All right. They wander out of the Devi Manor, and they actually give almost, even if you ask questions about what's going on, they just disregard anything else you have to say as they take you across the Green Hill Road, across the Canticleer Bridge, and finally to House Abadar, where they find you.
I'm there 5 minutes before they are.
That is fine.
He always does this.
He's gonna get shin splints.
Bassie walks into House Abadar and walks right through the threshold. There is a little water there where you can give blessings to Abadar, and a coin base where you can dip water in the holy water and then drop it in as the holy coin inside the coin purse to donate. Bassie disregards this completely. Eupophenia walks in, and she walks in with the rest of you in tow. You see that inside is Slick, looking bored as he lays on a pew.
He's got a bottle.
And Bassie says to Eupophenia, she says, I need the box now. And Eupophenia says, I kind of thought that's what you're talking about. And Bassie says, come here, come. Well, let's wait in the antechamber. Eupophenia has to fetch something for me. Be a good girl. And you can see Eupophenia kind of give her kind of this glance, like almost like a little bit, like she kind of pinged her a little bit, like she's a little bit angry that Bassie had said something so condescending. Bassie walks into the antechamber, the same chamber you were in that allowed you to rest while they took away the curses that you had.
Okay.
And she walks past you, and you see Bassie climbs up on the chair and grabs a little call it a little bottle and pops it open and smells it. She's like, oh, don't drink that. She says. She takes yours and she takes a big drink, and it's quite big in her hand. She takes a drink of it, and she sets it down, and then she turns and she sits, kind of plops her rear end on the edge of the desk, her legs just kind of dangling over, and it isn't long till Eupophenia returns with a small wooden box. This wooden box is covered in old, almost like like cobwebs. It looks like it's been pulled out of a place that has been in storage for a long time. And she walks over and she sets the box down next to Bassie's fingers as she's sitting on the ground. As she does, the box almost kind of like partially corrodes. It's kind of like falls in, like it's been wherever it's been in storage. It's been in storage for far too long, and the wood itself just kind of like crumbles a little bit. You see Bassie stick her fingers into the wood and kind of like push it around and shove it aside a little bit. And as she does so, she reaches her hand in and she pulls out a key. And she looks at the key and she says, when you have a key that needs to be stored, the best place to store it is the House Abadar. And she kind of looks around, and you can see that the symbol of Abadar is a key. It's a gold key. She says, but this key is not for any place. This key is very, very special. Let me find the exact wording of what it is.
Miksi gets the ooh shiny eyes. He's like,
Yeah.
well, don't keep us waiting. Well, where's it for?
She takes the brass key and she walks up and she hands it.
Wait,
to
is it
Vamir.
brass or gold?
It's a brass key. The gold keys are the symbols of Abadar on the walls, but the key itself that she has is brass. She walks up and she hands it to. She kind of pulls your hand open, and she puts the key in your hand, and she kind of folds it around, and she smiles, and she says,
What is this?
A gift. A gift from my grandmother. Well, my grandmother was just the keeper, but it came from Tula herself over 1,000 years ago. She said, and I think my grandmother said, that Tula's words were, keep this key safe until the need for dragon slayers rises again. She kind of grins as she looks at the key in her hand. We have no dragon slayers here. Not yet. She smiles at you. She says, this key can open the crypt to Tula's own resting place. The place where she was buried with her dragon slayer items in tow. You're welcome to take.
Thank you.
You're welcome to travel there. It will not be easy. But you already told me that you wanted to check out this Ateperox's bones laying within the field.
That's convenient, ain't it?
Yeah. She says,
Funny how things work out.
the key will open the crypt to Tula Belhaim, but she warns that it's been centuries since anybody has entered the tomb. And there's darkless guardians and traps within. This key will not get you past everything.
Only the worthy can retain. Okay. We know.
The penitent man shall pass.
Yeah. So she tells you she has the key, and she says, but that's not all. She says, traveling through the Dragon Fen is difficult, especially taking the road. She looks over at Eupophenia, and she says, as I find the right spot here, Eupophenia, does Risa still have Millie? And you see that Eupophenia, the priestess, thinks about it for a moment, and she says, yes, Risa does still have her. Why? What are you thinking about? And you see that the gnome looks over at you, and she says, tell me, beyond coming into this town, do any of you have skills on the water?
Smoke.
I look over at Slick. I'm like, did you know?
Unless there's cards involved.
I was thinking about making a potion that would make me able to swim, but I can't do that right now.
Why do you ask?
She says, well, Raisa is very superstitious, loyal to Abadar to a fault. That's what Bassi says to you. And she looks over at Eupophenia, and Raisa still has Millie. Do you think she'll give it up for them? She asks. And as you guys are kind of wondering what's going on, Eupophenia says, I don't think so unless they have skills. But perhaps Raisa could take them. Are you talking about the creek? Rogue Creek? I'll let anybody who wants to give me a recall knowledge, let me know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What's a Millie?
Millie's a boat.
Assuming it's a boat.
All right. You will know that Rogue Creek is the creek that runs north of town and it heads east out of town.
Okay.
So the Rogue Creek kind of jaunts around the edge of Belhaim, and it goes north, and then it starts heading east, and it winds around. In fact, part of the road that you took, the Old Quarry Road, in the far distance, and near the Old Quarry Road, you saw signs for where the Rogue Creek was nearby. So this Rogue Creek apparently runs or skirts around the outer edge of the Dragon Fen.
Okay.
That's what your recall knowledge gets you.
You would have us travel by boat rather than overland?
You see that Bassi says, well, traveling through the fen is dangerous, especially by land. If we can circumvent the traveling through, if we can get past on the other side of the fen, we can circle it, then you might be able to just find this entrance to Tula's crypt easier. If you take the Rogue Creek north, past the fork that takes you to the Eskander Creek, It will continue north. The northern edge of the Dragon Fen border is a full lake called Poor Pike Lake. Not many fish in there anymore, but it is the northern border. If you take that to the far eastern edge of Poor Pike Lake, you're almost to the Crypt of Tula. You just have to travel south to find the Iskander Creek, and you're almost there. You're within an hour.
This seems smart. And I look at the key. Is the Baroness to know about this key?
She thinks for a moment, and she says, I don't think there's any reason to hide it from her, but I also don't think there's any reason to tell her. It wasn't given to her. The Baroness who's here and the people who are here are just passing through time. This key is time. When you are finished, be sure to lock the door and return the key to me.
Give her a smile. This is an amazing gift. Thank you.
Baroness is going to want you to return and tell her what's going on. But first, let's confirm with Raisa that you can use her boat. Because you're not going to want to go into the Dragon Fen by land. You'd be a fool to take that road by over foot.
I guess I could try to make a boat if she doesn't want to let us use hers.
Yeah, that's a choice you guys can make too. Bassie's going to say, now, Eupophenia, the last thing that you're going to want is to take me to speak to Raisa, because Raisa Raisa Carvelli does not want to see me. She grins. She steps down, and Eupophenia says, "Oh, I remember." And Eupophenia offers to take you to speak to Raisa, and it's Raissa, Raisa Carvelli.
Boat owner.
Yeah.
Notable boat owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. And yes, before I talk to the Baroness again, I want to go back to the amphitheater and see if we can find any traces of magic or any kind of more knowledge.
You're just across from as you can see by the ping right there, the amphitheater, which is called the Commons, is just across the road from the House of Abadar. In fact, you remember when the creatures, the griots that attacked, that Eupophenia came running from the House of Abadar into the Commons. But the house that you saw, I believe, was this one here. Was where the creature appeared on there. The home that Slick climbed up. It's right there.
Well, why don't we go check it out right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go do that.
All right, you guys wander over there. You can tell me, just describe to me kind of what you're looking to find.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do.
Don't know if there's any more like faint traces of magic, because presumably to do this, it would need to be a pretty powerful spell. So maybe there might be some still lingering effects.
Some residual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some residual energy.
Okay.
Dr. Miksi tugs on your robe or whatever and goes, "Hey, as long as you're gonna be like opening your like brain and stuff, do you want a drink? It'll boost your brain."
Boost my brain.
Yeah, it'll boost your brain function a little bit.
Oh, yes. I'll down this.
I give him this cognitive mutagen and go, I don't know, you might have to set some stuff down for a little bit. You might be a little...
I down it, and then I just I am so tired now. Oh.
Yeah, no, stay awake. Hey, stay with me. I'll get you some coffee in a minute, okay? But...
What does it give you exactly? What's the tactical benefit you get?
He's getting a +1 bonus to, well, this is moderate.
+1 to Arcana, crafting, lore, occultism, society checks, and all recall knowledge checks. And then failures or critical failures on recall knowledge just become failures.
Oh, that's good. That's great. All right. Is that what you want to? Is that what you decided you want to use with them, Dr. Miksi? Want to give that, or is there something else you want to do?
Yeah, I was just double checking. At level 3, I have moderate cognitive, so it's +2 for 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the moderate gives you a +2 for 10 minutes. Okay, you're gonna quaff that and then use that to go and investigate around the commons and the building that's above there.
He's like, oh, the colors.
Yeah, kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, as he walks up, he's like, I hear color.
Hey, keep your feet on the ground, astronaut.
All right,
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, really.
Zoom.
Yeah, I'll have to get you some lemons if we can find some citrus. It's great. It's awesome.
I could get used to this.
You decide to go up and do some investigating of the roof. You climb up to the top of the building and investigate on the roof, and you look down.
What do you see up there, Space Cadet?
Yeah, you look down, and he kind of, you stand where this dragon was looking down, and you can see down in the amphitheater where you're at, kind of where people were, where they saw you, and you look down, and then you begin looking around for signs of what might have caused this. I'm gonna do you rolled really, really, really good, so I think I might tell you.
Let's go.
Okay, after doing some investigation here, that this spell that must have caused this creature to show up here was extremely powerful.
Yeah.
You kind of do some investigation. You spent a bunch of time looking at, reading the signs of the magic that might have been here, and wondering what could have caused this. And you think that this was a ancient or a very high rank spell, a rank 6 spell that was used.
Okay. Sounds good.
And you think that the spell created some kind of an illusionary source that generated a powerful image that created sound, created smell, that created all types of that basically represent itself, and it's crafted from the mind of the caster. Okay. But the area of effect is small, relatively speaking. Like it's not hundreds of miles. You have to kind of do it in an area, and you're thinking that the reason why this creature climbed up the building and then just evaporated was because this spell would not allow this creature to actually fly away. It's a good illusion, but it's sort of concentrated in an area. And so
it's tied to an area.
Yeah, it's tied to an area.
It couldn't fly away.
Right, because it just wasn't there. Now, but you also get the sense that whoever casts a spell is not proficient in it, because a good wizard actually knows something about perspective. And what they would do is they would keep the creature in the area, but they would make it like fly away and shrink and look like it's getting smaller, kind of like how image on a screen will look smaller. A good illusionist will know how to make illusions appear as if they're moving, even though they're sitting still, by forcing them to look different. So this is a highly ranked, skilled spell that's cast by someone who's probably not that skilled at using it.
Illusionary magic. Okay.
He was in a little over his head there.
Okay. And then I must have rolled really well. That's a lot of great info.
Yeah, you critically succeeded. Yeah, by quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You see the Arkham Knight hologram rewind of what happened here.
Yeah.
Right. So this is So that's the theory that you came up with.
Okay. I'll relay that to everybody. And should we see someone about a boat?
Slick looks very pleased with himself.
Dr. Miksi gives you a cup of water and holds up a piece of charcoal and goes, follow my finger. You still with us?
Oh, thank you. My mouth is so dry.
All right. It seems like you're all right, but
do we have any oranges?
Need some citrus.
You really think something cast a crazy spell here?
Yes, and I'm seemingly an amateur at it, but just to be able to cast something like that, you'd still have to be very powerful.
Weird amateur.
Or have a good scroll.
Yeah. Yes, very possible. The way they did the illusion, it's shoddy work in hindsight.
So it would appear then that what we're up against is not as powerful as we're meant to think.
But it's something who can pay people to show up and do work.
Magical work.
Yeah, or like get a noble to show up at the auction. Somebody has influence. Somebody's like big, important, tall man or something.
Someone who has flame drakes and can bring grios.
And presumably somebody it might still be in town, possibly. They would have had to do the spell
Wait,
close to where it was cast.
They were here.
what's inside here? Is this a house?
It is. I'll tell you whose house it is. They actually specifically tell you, and I'll give you the information on that in a second here. It is a person called Otho, Otho, Burr's house, just east of the amphitheater. So it's just a person's house, effectively. Think of it like a two-story kind of home where the lower level, the upper level is just rooms for sleeping and these type of things, and the lower level is probably social rooms and maybe a visitation area.
Dr.
Slick,
Miksi goes
go in that building and slit that man's throat.
Wait.
Oh my god!
Wait, let's just, if he doesn't know anything about magic like at all, then maybe he's fine. Maybe somebody was just hiding around here.
So I'm not sure it's somebody from this house, but they were here that night.
If I look around, does it look like there's places to hide around these buildings behind the amphitheater here?
You look around and there doesn't seem to be. I mean, you're a pretty sneaky person, so you probably could find some nooks and crannies to hide. You're not sure if somebody could cast a powerful spell while doing that because you're not a spellcaster yourself. There is not like an obvious place where you're going to hide. Like you're not finding a square corner or something that gives you direct direct line of sight to this place. So you have a mixed message. Like there's places to hide, but no obvious place where this thing could be.
So could you tell where the spell was cast from?
He can't.
No. Yeah, because I presume it's just like cast and it has a range, so it could be like anywhere within that range of like a full circle of this area.
He's not even sure of what spell it is. What he knows is that it's a high powerful spell that has a contained area that was cast, and he's using as much deduction as it is magical energy. So the spell is gone. It's
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Might we find any footprints or anything that might indicate who cast the spell was there?
I would presume this place has been walked over a million times over from people running away from there.
Did people flee through here?
And even if we find like a pair of footprints, it's like, well, somebody was standing here. So, I don't know.
well, I'm thinking material components. Because
Well, if it was a scroll, those just go away.
true. But if we do find material components, that could
absolutely.
There aren't so many places where you could get, devil eyeballs or something. I don't know what you would.
Yeah,
some kind of weird thing.
Well, I know of one. It's the bazaar.
They're not going to say who they sold stuff to because we wouldn't want them telling they sold stuff to us. So
yeah, one of the things that might be.
No, I don't want to blow that either.
It's very possible, Vamir, because it's high enough spell power and beyond sort of your educational level, is that it could also be and you got it in the words of Pathfinder. There aren't just spells that are spell effects, but sometimes it could be like from a powerful staff.
Okay,
It can also be a ritual that somebody can do. And so you could take less powerful magicians, and like this could be a group of 3 or 4 smaller level wizards that cause something more powerful.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know you guys are thinking about the Wizards of Whistle. That's an option. But they just literally came from Whistle, and so it's up to you to decide. You also could be something very powerful that can cast a spell. It can be using a staff. It can be using all kinds of ways. You're not sure what spell is used. You just know it's probably knowing your research. You know it's probably a 6th rank. Yeah. Could be a 5th rank. But you're not sure spell.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got a lot of good information here.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Does anyone have any other ideas of looking here? Otherwise, I think we should go try to get a boat.
Well, let's go talk to her.
Yeah. Wait. If we knock on the door here, does Otho Burr come out?
Oh, yeah, you can go talk to Otho, for sure.
Dr. Miksi says, now we're just going to try to see what kind of guy this is. We're not going to try to slit his throat, okay?
Guy as you are.
But if we maybe we can just get a read on him, whether or not he's our caster.
Fair enough, but I like to keep my options open.
Well, I mean, fair. You can, if it looks like a big evil wizard, then you can kill him, okay? But let me just...
If he's a threat, he will be neutralized.
Dr. Miksi knocks on the door.
Okay, I'm reading to what he is. All right. Otho Burr. All right. You're going to go over to Otho Burr's house, and you're going to knock on his door. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I figured the spell was cast from around here. It's not too far off to think that somebody could have been hiding in here casting an illusion.
Valid. And if it was a ritual, there might be.
All right. They give like one line little. They give like one or
maybe
two.
There's like a circle.
Describe the NPC, and I'm trying to figure out how to play them. But okay, I wasn't. I also like when you guys do give me unexpected things that I get to bring in. All right, so you go over and knock on the door. The door. Nothing happens for a brief moment, although you hear within a dog barking. So the dog is barking for a moment, and then you hear someone hit something, and a bunch of stuff sort of gets knocked over for a second, and you hear this, damn it!
Dr. Miksi goes, is somebody hurt in there? I'm a doctor. I'm just checking in after the attack yesterday.
And then you hear the door kind of handle jimmy a little bit. Then you hear a muffled words of somebody saying, yelling back. He's yelling at the dog most likely. He's like, get back here, get back. And you hear him dragging as the dog is kind of being dragged away from the door for a moment. And then the door pops open. The door flies open and then immediately collapses on this old, but maybe like 55-year-old man, not like super old that he's like in the ground, but he pops open and his head slams together. You see this eccentric sort of man standing there. The door slams up, and in behind him, you can see between his legs a dog trying to get between his legs, and he's gonna kick it on the side. And he's like, "How many times I gotta tell you? I don't want anything right now. We don't need any milk. Bring it tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. You don't look like milk delivery."
No, I'm not. I'm a doctor.
You see, he kind of gets pulled aside, gets dragged a little bit as his dog starts pulling at him. He's like, "Son of a bitch!" And he starts kicking at the dog. What? Like,
are you being bit? Do I gotta glue bomb that dog?
He kind of pulls himself out, and he pulls the door closed, and you hear the dog just barking, and the dog. You see this black-faced dog kind of come up in the window behind where the door is. And the door has got these little tiny windows at the top. You can kind of see it. This dog, when stood up, is like almost 6 feet tall. It's a giant dog. This man is not that big. He walks out. He's like, oh, I know you. You're the hunters, the goblin kobold thingy hunters. That's right. From the town, from her. He points back at the Baroness Debbie's manor?
Yeah, we were just checking up on you, making sure you weren't injured in the attack. We saw there was a big dragon thing here, and we wanted to make sure that you guys were okay, and I could treat you if you're not. And I don't know, just you don't happen to have any magic in there, do you?
I have a damn dog that kept barking last night. Every time they have something going on in that damn commons area, the dog won't even sleep. Just when he starts laying down, somebody says something and then Dart calls it barking. It was up all night last night until finally I got it to go to sleep. That's what I can tell you. Magic.
Hey, yeah, what's your arcane training level?
He says, I need, you know what I need? I need a level in kicking dogs in the ass. I mean, I would get rid of it, but it's unfortunately my wife's dog. She prefers it.
Sorry, I left my dog Slicer back in the village.
You try walking that thing around town.
Oh no! I am not walking her dog. No. If you're fine, I think we'll be good. I think just.
Are you here to ask about that dragon?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, this morning there was quite a number of people who came around asking me about that dragon. Last night they knocked on my door and asked me if I was all right, and said some crazy beast appeared on my rooftop.
Did you hear a beast on your rooftop?
No, but I did hear people making a fuss across the way for hours I keep telling the Baroness that that they shouldn't have had that common so close to my house. You tell the Baroness for me that if next time they're gonna do an all-night event that goes late, that they should pay to put better windows in my home. These windows are single pane. Look at this. Look at he's tapping the door. He goes, you see that? These are single pane.
Yeah, wow. You have glass. Nice.
Yes, the single pane. And then you know what single pane means? It means it's a pain in my ass, because every time something happens over at the amphitheater, I have to hear about it.
Okay, I'm having trouble telling if you need treatment or if you're just a NIMBY. I think it's fine. We'll pass it along.
So you're gonna tell her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a stack of letters that I've been writing to her, telling her I don't want the amphitheater. My home was here the same time they built that amphitheater.
So you want to speak to the manager? Okay, Kevin. Let's.
Dr. Mixi's looking back at Vamir, going, have a very. I'm sure you write great letters.
Yes. We'll be sure to talk to.
Oh, you're the one in charge.
Baroness.
You're Vamir, right?
Yes. Sure. Like
Vamir.
I said, we'll talk. Yes.
Come here, Vamir.
I come up to him, I'm just like, I'll let the Baroness know about your concerns, but thank you for the information.
As you begin walking away, he stands in the doorway yelling out,
Single pane windows! Single pane windows!
Davari says under his breath, the windows aren't the only single pane in that house.
Dr. Miksi goes, I don't think he's our guy.
No,
I don't think he can read a scroll, let alone a letter.
No, I don't think so.
You hear the door open up to his house as he goes in, and you hear a crash inside, and he yells out, "Son of a bitch!" The door closes.
All right, let's go talk and try and get a boat.
Okay.
Yeah, weird though. It must have been an illusion. I see no reason that guy would lie to us.
Well, yeah, this I'm fairly certain now, and with him telling us he didn't even hear anything on his roof or banging, basically confirms it.
Yeah,
and
apparently
we didn't have to slit any throats.
Sorry. All right, you're gonna head down to the grain mill, and I'll ping everyone down over there. Boom. You spend you wander down the Tula's Walk and head over to the grain mill with Eupophenia. Eupophenia takes you in to speak to the owner and proprietor of the grain hall. Let me get their information so exactly you know who it is. You see a place called Carvelli Mill. It is a grain mill. You see several humans wandering amongst the granary. You can see a giant water wheel out front, as well as grain spindles being like where they crush the grain down and it being run inside of here. You see these men filling sacks with grain and loading them up in piles. Outside of the Carvelli Mill is a boat. It's about 40 feet long and about 15 feet wide.
It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's a town, right? It's a you can see that there's a little platform in the back where it lifts up and they can steer it. It actually is wind driven. So it's pulled by wind up the river. It can be up the river. And so obviously if you're going to go down the river, you would just take it downriver, but you can actually travel back up the river using the wind power. So that boat is sitting there quietly. On the back, it is written on the back proudly is the word the Miller's Tithe, Tithe. That's the name of the boat. Eupophenia takes you in and speaks with a few of the men who work there. They seem to know her, and you can see the proudly presented is the gold key of Abadar up in the center of the south wall, showing that this place is in alignment with Abadar themselves. It isn't long till Raisa Carvelli comes walking out. And she's like, well now, Eupophenia, what brings you by? I hope that my weekly tithe has been enough for you. I've been making my payments. I don't forget. I wouldn't want to do the wrong thing and anger old Abadar. And you can see that Eupophenia walks up and says, "Oh, please, you've been quite generous with the church, and we greatly appreciate it. I have some friends here to meet. Raisa, here's Vamir, and well, here's Vamir." She looks around and she says, the other ones are mute.
No, I'm. Oh, okay.
Eupophenia looks down at you and she goes, the other ones are mute.
Hello, Raisa.
I just think it's an incorrect diagnosis. Sorry.
Raisa says, "Whoa, what's going on? Are you all right, Goblin?" Eupophenia says, "Please, let's focus on my cavern elf friend here, Vamir. You see, you heard about what happened with the dragon," as she says, and Eupophenia, that Raisa says, "Yes, I heard about it. I wasn't there. I don't go out. I don't go out on the road when the sun comes down past the eastern tree line there. You see, when the sun goes down between those two trees, that tells me that's going to be a red sky. And you know what tells me with red skies is it is bad luck to go out after dark. So on those nights, I don't go out like last night."
Red sky at night, sailor's delight.
She's like, are any of these mute? And Eupophenia says, let's just stick to the problem here.
Zavari says, I am.
Eupophenia, you see Eupophenia literally go. And she says,
Yes.
well, Raisa, I understand that you have a certain way of looking at life, and we have come to you because the creature that you heard, the dragon, is it's asking the town for an incredible burden, and these gentlemen here are going to take that burden deep into the dragon fen. But we were hoping that we could use Millie to go up the Rogue Creek. And you can see Risa go up Rogue Creek with Millie? There's a dangerous mission. Back up in the dragon fen, we don't go up that way. And Rupafeni goes, yes, I know. But Vamir, perhaps you could explain it. Are any of you want to take an opportunity? This is really off to anybody, but
yeah.
As you can get, this is like a skill set of skill challenges to get certain things.
Can can we see the boat?
Yeah, you
from
can.
here.
Yeah. Yes, you can. I think it's about 40 feet, about 15 feet wide, roughly guessing.
I think as they're talking,
Big
Dr.
boat.
Mixi's going to start investigating the boat.
Sure. What do you want to know?
I think he's just curious in determining how it's built. He wants to like use he wants to impress Raisa with his technical knowledge, to be like, oh yeah, no, I know how to fix a boat like this. That kind of stuff is easy. Oh, and look, it's the very nice like pitch job in the corner there.
Now that you've gone up a level, I don't have it written down, so just tell me what your society roll is right now, your bonus.
Dr. Mixi's society is plus 11.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. You begin looking at this boat, and as you stare at it, you think that this boat, you get the understanding that this boat has kind of a wide, low bottom. It's kind of used for, it can actually go in fairly wide waters, but it also can go up rivers as long as they're not too shallow. You know what I mean? It doesn't have any type of ways to paddle the boat. It doesn't have any oars in it. It's very big. It uses wind power to travel. So whatever it's going to be used is going to be wind based. You think that clearly this thing has been going up and down rivers for a long time. It's been sitting here. So you think of it like if you they probably use this boat to deliver grains up and down the river to different ports in and around Taldor. This boat has a kind of the back half is kind of a platform where the person who's steering the boat can stand on top of it, but most of the back end is really meant to hold the grain. So it's wide and kind of low in the more or less to steady itself so that it can carry lots of materials up and down the river.
Cool. Yeah. I think Dr. Miksi is just like, wow, that's a nice boat. Looks like it's been very well maintained.
Yeah, she says, oh, right. You're are you a sailor?
I'm something of a maker of things.
Oh, you're a crafter.
Yeah, I fix a lot of things, a lot of people.
She comes back and she looks over at the rest of you and she says, do any of you sailors?
We won't lie to you. We are unfortunately not sailors, but we need a boat to go up the river because we're looking for ways to take out this threat. And up the river, there is a place we need to get to find some items that will help us defend this town.
All right, let me see how she reacts to you. All right, she says, well, Eupophenia, you can see that Raisa looks over at Eupophenia and she says, Eupophenia, I can't just give Millie to anyone, especially someone who doesn't know what they're doing. And Eupophenia says, yes. And she looks over at you and she says, tell me, where are you taking the boat? Where is its end? That's what she wants to know. She wants to know what's the destination.
What was the name of the big river where we're gonna be going?
Absolutely. You're going to be taking the Rogue Creek. The Rogue Creek is going to be going north, and Rogue Creek spills out into Poor Pike Lake on the far eastern side of Pike Lake. If you'll take that, you'll land it there and go south into the Dragon Fen for about an hour, and that's where you come to the Escander Creek, and along Escander's Creek, you can find the skeleton. So basically, what happens? You're kind of going up and around instead of going through the Dragon Fen. You're going to come up and around and hit it.
We're going to be going to Escander Creek, to where, if you remember the tales of the Tula's remains lie there. There's things there that can help us. And unfortunately, the road there is very, very dangerous, and the river is our most expedient and safe option.
She sighs and says, "Well, I can't let you just take the boat. Going up the Rogue Creek. Rogue Creek is a fast-moving river, and it's narrow. I don't know how without an experience. I don't know if you'll be able to do it."
Could you?
It doesn't need to be today. We have some time, and I can come here every day until we need to leave, and I'll learn with you.
She thinks about this for a moment, and she says, "All right, I'll take you because Eupophenia and because Abadar wishes it. I will take you north through Poor Pike Lake.
To the mouth of the Iskander?
Yes, but you must understand, when I tell you to do something, as strange as it might be, you must do it."
As long as we're on this boat, you are in charge.
Yes,
we will
Captain.
all listen.
Very well. If only there was. I'm a little nervous. We're gonna have to give some blessings to Abadar on the morning we leave.
Yes.
And,
praise be to Abadar.
She
Maybe
says,
mute, but we're fast learners.
She said, let's see. She says, "Very well. I'll have the boat ready for you. When are you leaving?"
Now that we have the boat taken care of, so the expedience is probably right. I should say we'll leave maybe tomorrow.
All right. I'll make sure it's ready.
In the next few days, anyway.
All right.
Well, when we are ready to go, we'll let you know with enough lead time if you have anything you need taken care of.
I don't think I need anything taken care of. I just want to get you all up there and then get back. It's going to take about. Let's see when they do the math here. It's going to take a couple hours to get around up through Poor Pike's Lake. Take me a little longer to get back because I'll be going up the river at that point.
Is she human?
Yes, she is. Unless specified, and it's everybody in this town is human. It's like 90-something% human. So,
So we're weird.
We are we're the really weird.
No, I don't. I'm not just because you're not human. It's because you're Dr. Miksi. All right. So she's agreed. She's going to agree to take you up the river, and she's going to take her boat through Poor Pike's Lake and drop you off there. That's what she's agreed to do.
And wait.
Wait. She said she'd take us back.
Yeah, she said you take it back. But she's just going to drop you off at Poor Pike's Lake. She's not.
You're not going to go, this is as far as I go, and then kick us out of the boat and go, good luck.
No, but she's not going to go any farther than to drop you off at Poor Pike's Lake, and then she'll wait for you in the lake. But she's not going to actually adventure into the Dragon Fen.
Yeah,
that's
too
fair.
dangerous.
That would definitely go against do no harm.
Right. So that's what she's agreed to do. So now you've managed to find a bunch of information about the amphitheater. The fact that this thing might be an illusion of some sort. You found some information about this Odo. Probably has not seen this dragon. You
seemed too dumb to read a scroll, so we'll roll him out and scratch him off the list.
House Abadar is giving you a key that is giving Bassi a key apparently that they've been holding on to for a long time, and so you see that Bassi has also given you that key that will allow you to enter into the house or to Tula's crypt. So given all information, you spent part of the day wandering around and getting information from the grain. Is there anything else you want to do? You also have 500 gold pieces on you.
Before we leave Rice's house, Dr. Miksi just on a whim just asks her, "You're an Abadar follower, right?"
Absolutely.
Do followers of Abadar always curse his name?
She looks. She goes, "No, why would you say that? Why would I?"
Oh no, I don't want to curse his name. I just somebody I know does a lot of it, and I didn't know if that was like a thing or not. Goblins don't really do the whole like church thing, so I was just curious.
She says, "Well, Abadar was once one of two gods of commerce. The other was his brother, Lord, a forgotten god of avarice. Many people say he doesn't exist, but I believe he did. I believe that Abadar himself told us all." She starts giving you this long his Abadaring history lesson, talking about the age of creation. Abadar was among the original gods who battled the beasts and destroyed it. Yeah, she starts talking. She says, as you begin walking, she'll keep walking and kind of blocking you off and giving you this long history lesson in Avatar and Abadar's dogma.
Oh boy.
Trying to convert you.
She talks about Avatar's servants and the glory for Abadar. Now, what you're going to learn from this long conversation, if you haven't learned it already, is that edicts of Abadar are civilized frontiers, earn wealth through work and trade, obey laws, and the anathemas they have are steal, undermine law-abiding courts. So the idea behind Abadar is that you are a lawyer or a lawmaker. They're worshipped by architects, aristocrats, bankers, judges, lawmakers, lawyers, merchants, that type of thing. And they're concentrated in cities.
Definitely
makes sense.
God for slick.
Yeah. So very few people would use the Abadar's name in a cursed tone because they feel that that's going to give them bad luck. They're going that their commerce or their information. If they're going to do commerce, they're going to think that's going to get a bad deal because that's what Abadar is focused on. All right, so she keeps you there for way too long. You almost try to escape her, and she's getting really good about stepping in your way. And you're just like,
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'll be happy to tell you all about Abadar. When we're on our boat, I'll be sure to bring a book I have of his psalms and words of great providence that we can.
Oh yeah.
The dragon
When you
was
cut
looking for
him,
books.
does his blood grow into other copies of him endlessly and forever?
No.
Well, okay, that's not all right. Well, all right.
No, he basically assists you in your life's endeavors for business and for relationships which lead to better business.
Well, I worship the Ouroboros because its blood will create an unkillable, ever-growing goblin in the future.
That's an option. I suppose but Oh,
The great astral snake, the eternal, the undying,
well,
no,
does the Ouroboros have like does it do commerce? Does it?
1K?
it grows and it doesn't stop.
Growth is good in government. Growth is good in business. Well, I would say this Ouroboros chap probably does he may have some long-term plans.
It grows endlessly and consumes itself endlessly in a loop of eternal, undying flesh.
Well, it sounds like a few businesses I know. Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to let you and your Ouroboros be on your way, and we'll see you all when you come back. And praise Abaddon. May wealth be upon you and your families.
Yeah, thanks.
And good luck with the Eternal Eater or whatever that's going on with that.
The great astral, the infinite. Yeah, okay, all right.
All right.
Yada, yada.
She lets you leave finally after being kind of cornered with her. Everyone else is sort of standing outside, like everyone else is like what the hell's going on in there?
I was just curious. Shadwick always seems so angry at his god, and the rest of the Abadar people seem so upbeat.
That's true.
Something I've been wondering myself, but well, if only you were around.
It's in my patient notes, but I'm afraid he probably needs a therapist instead of a field medic. I'll have to refer him when I find someone.
The Baroness wants you to return back to her before you decide to opt out to leave and find this source of this illusion or the dragon. She's somewhat still convinced that there might be a dragon. You can tell that the Baroness does not quite agree that what she saw wasn't real.
Yeah, she's red pilled.
Jesus.
Maybe. I don't know.
She believes a conspiracy.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do to the rest of the day? Do you want to go shopping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you guys looked ahead at buying some stuff. What are you guys thinking you want to pick up? Or have you guys already completed it?
So are we gonna split this
The 506 ways, obviously.
6 ways? So we get
80
like
apiece?
80 something gold, 83.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. If that's what it comes out to be.
Yep.
All right.
I think I'd like a breastplate and an axe.
All right. So you're going to do a little shopping, Graham.
Yep.
Anybody else need some time to go pick something out? And we'll come back in a second after you guys pick something out.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going to buy something.
Yeah. All right. Let's take just a brief minute here and we'll let people kind of look through the shopping books for a second and then we'll come back and we'll do a summary of what people are doing. All right. All right. Be right back in just 1 minute. All right. All right. We are back from the shopping spree and we're going to let everyone go around and tell us what they picked up on their shopping spree. Let's start with Vamir. Vamir, what'd you get? I know you have some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So I bought some scrolls that I'm gonna inscribe probably tonight or tomorrow. But the fun thing I bought is these scroll robes. So essentially, it looks like I'm covered in all of these like open pieces of paper and that are like covered in magical symbols and stuff.
Okay.
But essentially, what it lets me do is through the same way you inscribe a scroll, you can inscribe that scroll onto the robes, and essentially I don't need to take the action to pull out the scroll, then use the scroll. I can just do it directly from the robe.
It's like you read your sleeve.
Exactly. I just
That's cool. I love that. That's awesome. And then did you pick out what those 3 scrolls are? Or are you just gonna figure it out?
I'm gonna figure it out. There are 3 level 3 scrolls.
Oh, you put some hardcore money in. How much is a level 3 scroll?
30.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So, well, we'll be wrapping up after because we're gonna do a shorter night just because we had a big week, all of us. So we'll be wrapping up with just the stuff. But I'll let you go ahead and pick those over. We can just cover what these are next week then. How about Sarrix? What did Sarrix pick up?
Sarrix grabbed the what is it? The backfire mantle? Is that what it's called?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to be a little bit more immune to the party's splash fire effects.
All right, what want to post it? I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it in the thing, or otherwise I'll do a copy paste. Yeah. So we got a vivid red cloak of sturdy fabric, favored by aggressive battle alchemists and mages.
Ooh, nice.
This mantle interposes to protect you from your own and your allies' magic, granting you circumstance bonus to reflex save against your own spells as well as those of your allies. You also gain resistance to splash damage from your own alchemical items and those of your allies.
Oh, so if they get thrown next to you, you're kind of resistant to it, or is it resistant or you're immune?
Yes, resistance. It gives me 3 resistance for fire.
Oh, that's pretty
and
good.
+1 to circumstance. So that's
That's
should be
pretty
good for
good.
Mixi's alchemist fires.
Most of them, yeah, will at least even if it doesn't hit you a little bit, it won't be that bad. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. What else? Anything else that Sarrix got?
That's all I'm going to pick up for this time because I'm
Nice.
going to save some money for later on.
Nice. All right. How about Dr. Miksi? What'd you pick up?
Dr. Miksi spent 10 gold for the materials to move that rune to Zabari's new axe. But also I just spent 60 gold on 2 of those frozen lavas because fireball in the pocket sounds really helpful.
Oh, you're taking
And,
the frozen lava.
Oh yeah.
Sounds painful.
Yeah. just
Yeah,
don't sit on it.
and Dr. Miksi had like no gold in his pockets, so that's all he gets.
All right, and then Zabari, I heard that Dr. Miksi said something about moving some runes for you. So
Yes, he moved some runes over to the dwarven axe that I just bought. Dwarven
you
war axe
pulled
that I
those
just got.
runes from Mike's short sword, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
For which I have reimbursed Dr. Miksi. I hope I would like to make clear.
Okay,
Well, cool.
all right.
I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with 28 gold in my pocket.
All right, and then what is there anything else you got other than Mike's? Because you had that 80 something gold. Are you going to buy anything with that money?
Yep. Well, I picked up a war hammer so that I got to bludgeoning damage covered as well, and I also picked up a breastplate. So now I don't have the noisy armor that I had before, so there's no more minus to my stealth checks.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, benefit. All right. Seems like a pretty minor shopping spree for you, but you got a few things. But you did get the potency and striking runes from Mike, so that's a big win.
Yep.
All right.
Better
And
tank.
So you're
More
using
firepower.
like a uniquely dwarven looking axe.
Yeah.
It looks like an odd choice for a human fighter.
well, he's got the feet for it now, so he can use it.
Yep.
That's cool. I'm loving it. All right. That brings us to is Slicker the only one who didn't go cover your stuff because you're the only one local, so you're the only one left. Okay.
I think so.
Yep. Go ahead. What did you get?
I got doubling rings.
All right.
Basically, you put it on put a gold fancy ring on your main sword that has the runes, and then you put iron ring on another thing, and it doubles the runes onto it.
Okay. Basically, whatever was on the other one becomes down on the first
so
one.
it's duplicated on the other one. So I can dual wield. So I'll have a rapier and a mace, a light mace to cover different damage types.
Sure.
And then I also bought a frozen lava.
So now there's 3 of them in the group. Hey, that's all right. It's a fun item. I love that. Cool. All right, so we got our stuff. So now that you've done shopping and you've kind of got the information, you got a boat, you've got a ring, I've got a key for getting into Tula's crypt, way out in the middle of the Dragon Fen. Is there anything else you want to do today? We'll say after shopping, it's getting to be late afternoon. You guys can decide if there's anything else you want to do.
Do we want to go talk to the Baron today, or should we just do it tomorrow?
I don't want to talk to her at all.
Okay.
Yeah, give her plausible
That's just
deniability.
That's just my vote.
Yeah, I'll talk to her tomorrow morning and spend the night making scrolls. reading about the Dark Tapestry.
He's just imagine if he was sitting at the auction reading it.
Yeah, I hear the books. I'm just.
All right. Okay. I don't want to rush you guys into doing anything. So you guys are going to head back over to talk to Baroness Debbie now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
The town is abuzz with the talk of the dragon. None of them, or most of the town, don't have the idea that this may not be a dragon itself, that it may be built out of deception. As you walk through the town, people are chattering about the dangers and not being able to leave town. You all feel very much that leaving town may actually still be a danger. That's for you to determine otherwise. You take the Green Hill Road back to Debbie Manor. When you do so, as you approach, you can see that there is a blue cart out in front with two horses. It seems to be an elegant cart, and you see those three Callistocrats are loading up their stuff and getting ready to leave town. You can see that standing out in front of there is Baroness Debbie, along with several soldiers and the sheriff, and she's trying to have a conversation with them. What are you all going to do?
I guess we'll.
Why don't we just hang back and wait?
Yeah, I mean, I think they can. She's the Baron and he's the sheriff. They can tell them they can't leave.
Dr. Miksi goes, well, if they leave and get eaten, then we know what's going on.
Well, if we follow behind and make sure.
People who look like them don't like it when people who look like me follow them as they're leaving.
Who says they're going to see us?
Oh, good point.
I tap Zabari loudly. Probably him.
Not as loud.
I'm quiet now. He
Quiet.
taps my arm and I go, shh.
No, I think.
Yeah, I
mean, let's just let the Baron handle this for now.
Sure.
All right. You can see them from afar. You're far enough away. You're not interrupting. That you can't really see what they're doing. If anybody has a way that they want to try to interpret what these people are saying, let me know what skills you might want to use to try to do that. Otherwise, they have this kind of a back and forth conversation. Finally,
look heated.
They look like, it looks like the Baroness is trying to discuss something with the Callistocrats, probably trying to negotiate with them in some form. Meanwhile, the Callistocrats, those are the three women with the white that had they were sitting in front of Dr. Miksi, and they appear to be deciding that they're going to leave.
They bought the lab equipment, but they definitely don't know how to use that.
You don't think they have any of the equipment that they had purchased with them? Do you think they might be shipping it back? They're not going to just load it up and drive back. But it's the three of them, and they decide to get back into their cart. They're climbing inside their cart, and you see their driver go up, and you see the Baroness step back. The soldiers are standing around there, but the main sheriff issues some kind of command to the driver, and the driver kind of gives him a nod, and the driver turns and begins riding their wagon down the Green Hill Road right here, kind of driving past you. What do you guys want to do?
Start walking up to the Baron.
If they drive past us, can I actually holler at the driver and be like, "Are you leaving the town?"
All right. The driver slows up as you call up. He says, unfortunately, I've been beckoned to take these three emissaries west out of Belhaim, following the dangers of this creature appearing.
Well, that's probably a good direction, but aren't you worried about his threat?
He tells you, and you can tell immediately that he's lying. And he says, I don't fear any creature. I live only to serve. That's what he says.
You're like 3 heartbeats from a panic attack. Never mind. Good luck. Watch the skies out there.
All right, you're not okay. That's all you're gonna say to him. Totally fine. I'm just asking. All right.
Yeah.
I think we should follow at a distance when they're attacked.
All right. The wagon takes off, traveling out of the immediate area across the Clanticlear Road. It begins traveling, moving deeper. Probably going to reach and take the southern pass, the southern bridge out of Belhaim. What do you guys want to do?
Walk up to the Baroness.
All right.
Or do we... There's a cart going one way and a Baroness in the other direction.
Yep. You tell me what
Yeah,
you want to do.
If they want to go and maybe die, that's on them. And if you think you want to follow them, sure. But I'm going to go talk to the Baroness.
I love how people are just like, we're going the wrong way. That's totally fine. It's up to you how you guys want to do it. What do you want to do, Slick?
I'm going with Vamir. I was just putting it out there that could be attacked and
Yeah.
All right. You
drive off the attackers after they're done being attacked.
All right. Discarding these.
Yeah.
Then we have a wagon of stuff.
Or nothing happens. And
And they get
nothing
away. That's fine too. Anyway,
Anybody
Fairness.
else want to add anything to this?
I mean, Dr. Miksi would be down to stock the cart, but it's not.
you split the party.
I don't know if we're leaving tomorrow. I don't know if we want to get split up.
Wouldn't be us if we did split the group.
Okay, you head back to Debbie Manor. By the time you do, Baroness Debbie has returned back into her estate. You are brought in, and it is now we'll call it late afternoon, early evening when you go back to visit her. She welcomes you back, and she says, "Oh, I see you've returned. Have you been? How has Abadar blessed you?"
Yes.
Abadar has greatly blessed us, actually. I went to the amphitheater and I found a lot of evidence, and through my own thoughts, I put together that the dragon was no dragon at all. It was, like Slick intimated, a image, an illusion.
And what type of spell made this? Were you able to determine that?
Illusion.
Not sure what the spell was. All I know is it's a very powerful one, but the spell seemed to be done inefficiently. Like as he said, the illusion had faults. That's why he couldn't make it breathe, as she was saying, and had it just instantly disappear. He couldn't make it seem like it was actually leaving. It was anchored to that one position.
She thinks about this for a moment. She said, Baroness looks over at you and says, "So are you telling me, Vamir, you don't think this is a dragon at all?"
I don't think whoever is in charge or leading this clearly has some ties with dragons and is using those ties and the history of this town to scare us. But make no mistake, the person who is doing this is powerful. It's just, I don't believe an actual dragon.
Are we going to find the culprit and unmask them?
Real Scooby-Doo.
Kill them.
Behead them.
The Baroness looks over at you and says, "The biggest mystery of this whole situation is, what are the things that this thing wants more than just?" I get that Bassie is keen on finding this spellcaster now that we're thinking and killing this thing. But the Baroness looks over at you and says, why do they want this set of books, this Dreaming Dark book? And where is it?
Yeah, it's wherever those things with the eyes and the wings, it's wherever they come from.
The wizards were very thorough. They assured me.
Hunkley, we found out that he seemed to have multiple locations and caches. Maybe there's something somewhere else, but I'm not too sure. As for the money, he might just want money or put such a large amount in front of us to just intimidate us. Whether we find these books and bring them here or get the money, I don't know if that even matters at this point. It's just about taking this person down. And to do that, we are first going to, one, confirm that it is not a Teperex by going and finding his bones. That's our first step, and we have already gotten transportation on a ship that will go up the river.
Who's taking you up the river?
What's their name? Rixia? Yeah. Yeah, I believe her name was Raisa, and she's going to take us on the boat, her boat, Millie.
Well, she says, well, at least I can confirm that she is a good pilot. She's been traveling these rivers for most of her life.
Slick leans in and asks, how bad does it hurt to admit that I was right?
Is that what you're going to say to her?
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. All right. She looks over and she says, well, apparently when it comes to feelings, you're the only one at this table that seems to take things so personal. I don't admit you're right or wrong. I admit that there's a second opinion, but the fact is we have no fact on this in any way. And if you prove to be right, then you're right, and it means nothing more to me. But I guarantee you this: if you're ever proven wrong, it'll be you the one who's most hurt by this. You shouldn't wear your emotions on your sleeve. It's unbecoming of a professional.
Zabario leaned over to him. She said it hurts like hell.
I know.
So that's what she says. But she tells you, well, when do you plan on leaving?
Within the next couple days, more than likely tomorrow or next.
Yeah, in the morning after breakfast.
It shouldn't take you long. If I remember, if you're taking the boat, I would guess it's not going to take you more than half a day to get there at most.
Yes. Raisa did say it would be a quick journey, and from there we'll go confront whoever this person is, be them a Teperex or not.
And what about this Klossier? Any idea about this one? He seemed very much like any of the other emissaries. I didn't get anything from him.
He was... whoever is
he
in charge here, he was in the...
alive?
I think he kind of got lost in the panic of it and got away.
He just left. He left
yeah.
a while before the final auction was finished.
Yeah.
Oh, he walked out early. Did he make it out of town?
She says, nobody told me otherwise. I don't think anybody really paid attention. The Northern Guards didn't say anything about him. The ones that were standing that stand in front of Hunkley's Manor, they never told me either way.
Well, we found him out there. If he's back out there, we'll find him again.
I'm looking for him.
Well, be cautious. I don't trust this Klossier. He doesn't seem like he has a lot to offer as far as being a warrior, but he may have knowledge. Just from what I looked at him, he didn't seem like much But he did seem to have knowledge of a lot of the societal norms of Southern Taldor, at least from our conversations.
Do you think he could read a scroll? Do you think he could cast an illusion? He did step out of the amphitheater just before the big scary talons.
She thinks for a while and she says, I don't really have any knowledge about that. What do you think? Vamir, what do you think?
Was he an elf?
No, he's a human.
What's that?
He's a human, okay.
He's a human.
Klossier was a human.
Yeah. He's the one who had the red hat and the feather.
Yeah. It's entirely possible that who did, like I said, man or person and whatever did the illusion was not trained in it. It's very possible that it could have been him.
He looked like a noble. Like he might know how to read fancy scrolls, but not be very good at things.
It's whoever gave him that scroll, or at least somebody is the person who is really in charge and might be a powerful mage of some kind.
She says, what about the Lady Dark that he said he served? I know very little of the inner courts of Taldor.
Can I do a recall knowledge in that?
Sure. What do you want to know?
What is that? Would I just know off the top of my head?
Yeah. You can just do a recall knowledge, and if you roll high enough, you might be able to gather some information about it.
Yeah.
You want it? What do you want? So, what do you want to know about?
I just want to know who this is. If there's any kind of like allegiances or what they're all about. Is this a god of some kind?
Yeah, you do know it's a real house. You do know that this woman exists. You know that she exists inside of the capital. So everything he has told you, as far as you're aware, seems to be genuine. Other than the fact of you don't obviously know who he is. He's somebody who's relatively a no one. Yeah. And he's not. His words aren't being used anywhere. Think of you know of somebody famous like some senator, but you probably don't know who the senator's aides are.
Okay, so I guess I'll say that and be like, you should have somebody send a raven or something to that house and see if they know who this person is. They might just be using their family name as a cover.
Well, let us assume, says the Baroness, she says, let us assume that we know that this Klossier is tightly bound to this dragon. We'll use dragon as a term to denote any creature that might be controlling that illusion. We know that this Klossier is tied to them, so we can assume that even if this Klossier is not the villain itself, it is a minion of the villain, right?
Yes.
And so just keep it in mind that they've clearly been in town here, and they know you, they've met you, and they studied you. Be cautious with that information.
It's something I was thinking about myself. We spent rather a good part of a day with this man, and we've been in this town for a while now.
Well,
that irritates me.
She says she kind of smirks to herself, and she says, "I know it does." So, let us gather yourselves when you're ready to leave. Before you leave on the boat, come back to me. I'm trying to gather some resources to send with you. I don't have much more in the pure wealth to hand over to you, as much of the monthly adjustments from Taldor will not arrive in time. So, but I may have some items that I can give you, or at least loan you for this endeavor, at least until we can find this conclusion with this dragon, this Klossier, and this ransom, this demand.
This dragon's demand?
Notice how that works out. So with that, what's gonna happen is now you're going to get yourself rested, and you'll be leaving probably in the morning, I'm guessing. Is there any other time? Okay. Leaving in the
Tomorrow
morning.
we've got a riverboat ride.
You got a riverboat ride.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen on that boat.
Never. So we'll wrap it up here. We spent the day kind of getting up the new set of plans, a new direction, and we're going to be set to go with a new adventure starting next week when we're going to go into the river and get into the heart of the Dragonfen. You've already tried to go through the Dragonfen once. You have had a couple encounters, but you've reached some fearsome enemies. Maybe this route will find you a little less opposing forces.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So let's meet next week, and we're going to find out what happens with the Dragonfen and Tula and her key. All right.
Cool.
See you next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Now.
Good one.